Hi, once again I'm adding the audio later, so if it sucks, I'm sorry. To watch how I did the eyes, watch my first video. Okay, so first off, you're going to want to duplicate the layer, make sure that it's highlighted. So this is the starting image, and I'm sorry if it seems kind of pixelated, it's my computer and YouTube combined. Makes it look horrible, the actual picture isn't pixelated. So first we're going to go to blur, and it's surface blur. And you can just mess around with how much you want it blurred with the, I forget what it's called, this kind of side, but mess with the threshold as well as mess with the radius. And you can see the preview on the main part if you have preview checked, or you can just zoom out in that part. So get it to where you want it. And it doesn't matter how blurry the picture is, we'll fix that in a second. So then we're going to hit OK. And you can see how blurred it is. So it's loading very slowly. So zoom out, see how it looks, and make sure you like the way it's going. And I'm going to zoom back in now. And you see how it all looks blurry, can't see the eyes very well, or anything else, and it looks slightly unrealistic. So then we're going to choose blur again, and this time we're going to choose the smart blur, and it's going to blur out all of the parts that make it look unrealistic. And we're going to change the quality to high, so now it should look slightly more realistic-y. See, it already looks better. Now we're going to make sure that the top layer, the copy layer, is indeed selected. Okay, so now we are going to choose the eraser tool, make sure the top layer is selected, and we're going to erase parts that we want sharpened. So we're going to erase parts of the eye, and the other eye, of course. Also the eyebrow, and the mouth. Sorry, this is going kind of slow, but the reason for this is we only want the face Photoshop finished looking. We don't want the whole picture blurred, just the face. So we're going to go over the eyebrows, and we will also erase the hair and the background, even though the hair looks pretty cool like that. So we're going to sharpen that back up, slowly erase it. Try not to go over the picture, like cut through it. We want the skin to stay there. The only parts that we want resharpened is the hair, eyes, eyebrows, and lips. Took me a while to learn how to get all of the parts straight, so if on your first picture it doesn't turn out the way you want, try another picture, try different techniques, and try different things. Sometimes I like things that will be different from something that you like, obviously. So this is just my editing style, but be your own person and come up with your own editing style as well. Change some stuff and then redoing it and trying again. Sure, it does take a lot of time, but in the end it'll be worth it. Also, don't be afraid of spending a lot of time editing a picture. You want it to look good, not like you rush through it, which is how it will look if you rush through it. Sorry. So just erasing the background right now. Even though it looks good blurred, it accentuates everything. We're going to use a different blurring technique in a minute to get the background, because sometimes blurring the background a certain way will look better than blurring it another way. So now that we're done with that, we are going to mess with the occupancy of that layer, because you don't want it 100%. I usually choose around 75, 80-ish, depending on the picture. Now we're going to make another duplicate of the background layer. Then we're going to choose blur, and I believe it's motion blur. And with this you can choose however you want it to look. This is just going to be on the background, so just focus on how it looks. So this looks good. And erasing it will be pretty difficult because it's a motion blur. It will look different. Also, always double check over the image twice if you're not sure you erased all the blur. Last thing you want is noticing blur later on that you didn't erase. So here's the before picture with just the eyes, and now our new picture. You can already see a big difference in the skin as well as the background. You can finish here if you would like, but I'm going to move on to another step that will also make it seem more photoshopped finished. Depending on if you want this. So we're going to duplicate the background layer again. Make sure that the copy is selected and not the background layer or the top layer. I started selecting it here, but I decided that would just be too time consuming, so just stopped selecting it. So don't worry about this. If you want to take the time to select the hair, you can, but I found that this is a lot more time consuming. So you're going to choose lighting, and you're going to mess with the lighting. The purpose behind this is to darken the hair. So since we got the hair as dark as we want it, we're going to take the eraser tool and erase the rest. Sometimes when you darken it, you'll find that you like the eyes better darkened instead of the way that you had it before, so you can leave the eyes like that, but the main reason I did this was for the hair. So you can leave the eyes and then just lighten them a little bit so they're not quite so dark, or you can leave them like that. So this is how they would look if you erased them and then darkened them. So you can decide which one you think looks better. I think I decided to just let them be. Both of them actually look pretty good, so it doesn't matter, but the darker looks slightly more natural than the lighter now that I darkened the hair and everything. So you want, the idea behind a photoshopped finish is that you want it to look realistic-ish. You don't want it to look completely photoshopped. You want some parts to say, oh, that's how they look, they just fixed their skin, or oh, great hair, they just fixed the eyes, or something like that. You don't want it to look completely edited, even though that's what it looks like most of the time. So I hope that you found this helpful. Like I said, trial and error, just trial and error. Thanks for watching.